second leg of the Champions League football between Arsenal and PSV ended in 2-2 draw, and Arsenal are through into the quarter-final of the UEFA Champions League for the season, and they win by 9 goals to 3 on aggregate. In my own opinion, I think this game, I am not impressed if you ask me, but there are some positive and there are some negative to take from the game, which I will be discussed later in the game. So it is confirmed that Arsenal will be playing against Real Madrid after a huge drama that happened in the Real Madrid derby, because they are local rivals and the game was decided by penalty. I just wait to confirm and to watch the extra time of the game, which was brilliant and outstanding by both sides. So I will make a video about that later as well. So for me, Arsenal will be playing Real Madrid in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, which is going to be a very, very tough one for Arsenal. It's going to be an extremely tough game for us. But all in all, I still believe like we can still progress, because football is brutal and football is dynamic. You have to do your part. Do you understand? You have to do your part, and if luck is on your side, you'll progress, because that is more or less how this competition is now at this stage of the competition. Now, the reason why I said I'm not impressed about the game is simply because there are some things that I saw from the game that I am not pleased about, and there are some things that I saw that I am happy and I'm delighted that it happened. First thing that I am not pleased about is the fact that we are too complacent in that game. We are too confident that we are comfortable that we have already qualified, and that led to a low intensity kind of football game from Arsenal. Do you understand? A very, very low intensity game from us, and we were complacent and we gave the ball away, most especially in the middle of the park. We resulted into 2 goals for PSV, which I think, in my own opinion, I think we've already won 7-1. Just we have to just build on that momentum and make sure like let's play and win more games. Let's win the game. Forget about the experiment that the manager was trying to do. And for me personally, part of some the things that I'm happy about is Zinchenko playing in the middle of the park for the first time for Arsenal, and in an advanced role for that, because he played in a Martin Odegaard's role, which I think was brilliant by him, and he has done that for Ukraine over the course of the on multiple occasions. Do you understand? He has done that for Ukraine on multiple occasions. So this time for Mikel Arteta to put him in that role, I think he's trying to experiment some players in some certain positions. And again, Raheem Sterling today, this is the best football that he has played in Arsenal colours. He got 2 assists for Arsenal tonight, and there are also a couple of chances that he should have converted, which I think, well, he tried his best, but it doesn't just work for him the way he expected, because he had beautiful opportunity in the first half, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, which I think he took the ball all the way from the halfway line into the opponent box, which I think he did well, but the goalkeeper narrowed his opportunity and he saved his effort. And in the second half as well, he made beautiful run into the box, brilliant back flick by Martin Odegaard, and his left foot as well was also saved by the goalkeeper, which I think was brilliant by him. And I would say today I'm pleased with the kind of football that Raheem Sterling played for Arsenal today, and I will say it again, this is the best football that I've seen Raheem Sterling played in Arsenal colours. And again, Alexander Zinchenko, well, today is a technically gifted player, no doubt about that. I'm playing him in an advanced midfield role. I think Mikel Arteta is trying to shuffle some things around and see majority some changes that he can make in some crucial games, which I think Zinchenko, with what I saw today, I think he can fit into that, but not at a high intensity game. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the kind of intensity we play in that game was too low for my own liking, and that resulted into 2 goals for the opposition, which I think was brilliant from their own point of view, because they came into Emirates Stadium trying to make sure like they didn't concede the way they did in the first game, which I think was brilliant from their own part. But on our own part, I think complacency and low intensity of our game resulted into conceding that 2 goals, and David Raya also made some crucial, fantastic saves today, which I think was which I think made the scoreline to be the way it is. So now, moving on to the goal that was scored by Alexander Zinchenko. That was a fantastic goal by him. You know, Raheem Sterling received the ball and he quickly released the ball to Alexander Zinchenko, who drove into the edge of the 18-yard box. And the goalkeeper didn't see the flight of the ball. He was intelligent to pick an angle and call the ball into the back of the net, which I think was brilliant by Alexander Zinchenko. And again, Perisic got an equalizer for them a few minutes later, which I think was poor because we gave the ball away in the middle of the park and they capitalized on that. The ball, they looked at Perisic inside the box and he took the shot with his weak foot, which is left foot, and it was the left corner, which was brilliant and fantastic goal by Perisic. And Sterling, again, he assisted the Rice header in the 37th minute, which I think was fantastic. He took the ball into the byline, he put the cross into the box, and Declan Rice, he headed the ball into the back of the net, which I think was fantastic by him. He worked extremely hard, and as soon as he was withdrawn from the game, the intensity of the game reduced completely, and we were struggling from that point onward. And again, as I said earlier, Stanley missed some chances which I think he should have converted. I am not hard on him like he lost those chances, because the game he played today was an improved kind of performance from Raheem Sterling, which I'm delighted about, because I've been looking out for Raheem Sterling, and I am happy that he was able to put that kind of performance for Arsenal tonight. And again, our midfield was so porous, most especially after Declan Rice was withdrawn. It was so porous. But there are some things that happen in that midfield, most especially the way we played last season. Do you understand? The box midfield shape, the way that's how we played majority of last season, whereby one of our defender will step into the midfield to form a double pivot with an holding midfielder, and we have our 8 and 10 in an advanced role that formed that midfield box midfield shape for us. And I think we controlled the game majority of the time when we are on the ball. But as I said earlier, I think the intensity of the game wasn't high enough, and that gave PSV some kind of control and some kind of confidence in that game, and they went all out on Arsenal to get 2 goals, which I think was brilliant from their perspective. And again, I would say PSV, they played very well. They played well. Their confidence was so high in that game. I'm not gonna lie. Their confidence was so high, and I am impressed by the way they respond after they lost to us 7-1 at their home in Netherlands, which I think it is a heavy defeat for them. And if it was a 2-1 or 2-0 win against them at their home, I think maybe the intensity of the game would have been more higher than it is at this point in time. So for me personally, I think this overall the game wasn't that bad, but I am not just pleased with how we approached that game, which I think, well, from my own point of view, I think the players that don't have that minutes yet this season, the likes of Jacob Kivior, Ben White came in, his performance was brilliant today as well. And again, Tierney played in an advanced role, which is the left wing forward, which I think was brilliant. Well, he performed well, I'm not gonna lie. And again, Raheem Sterling as well, he played well. And again, Jorginho, he looked a little bit rusty for my own liking. He looked a little bit rusty, and he gave the ball away sometimes in the midfield, and one of that hero led into the goal for Perisic, which I think, well, it wasn't that bad. But the game overall wasn't a bad game. But for me personally, I'm not just delighted about the results that we draw 2-2, which I think we should have done well. We should have done better to win that game. Now we are going to play Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. For me, I will make a review video about that. But I think it's going to be a very, very tough one. It's going to be a very, very tough one. And the game between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, what I watched most especially in the concluding in the extra time, it was a high intensity game from start to finish. Most especially, you will not even know like they are playing an extra time game. Do you understand? The intensity was high, extremely high, which I think it is it is the standard of the Champions League. The intensity was extremely high. Do you understand what I'm saying? Extremely high, and I think is something that Arsenal should watch out for. And again, there are a lot of dramas that happened in the penalty shootout as well. The penalty at the Julian Alvarez penalty was cancelled because, according to VAR, when he took the shot, the ball touches its second leg. So I think that was why they cancelled that sports kick, and that gave Real Madrid an advantage. But Lucas Vazquez, his penalty as well was also saved before Antonio Rudiger's penalty nearly saved as well, but he went into the back of the net, and that concluded the whole penalty shootout, which I think, well, it was brilliant for Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid won 2-1 at Santiago Bernabeu, and in the first minute, Conor Gallagher also scored for Atletico Madrid, and that was what ended 120 minutes of Champions League football, which and the game was decided on penalties, which I think was brilliant. So I'm still going to make a review video about a preview video about Arsenal versus Real Madrid game. You can watch out for that. These are just the things I observed from the game. If you are just coming across this video for the very first time, please do it, like and subscribe. And if you are already, please can smash like button and drop your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in another episode. And bye for now.